right. Hello, Washington Eagles. It's another mindful moment time. I would be sitting outside, but they are mowing outside. And it's like, I can't be outside when it's that loud and grass is flying everywhere. Allergies are bad enough. So, my challenge for you today is to write or draw. And so, I know a lot of kids don't really like writing. For me, it is definitely a release. I've told you all this before. So I've read to you parts of my journal in the past. And so this is my journal. It's called Be Still. And I assure you I have written in it just about every single day. Okay, so I definitely wrote in it last night. See, 4/20, 2020, 4/19. It has been a very weird day. It's the 25th anniversary of the Murrah bombing. Sad face, sad face, sad face. I just talk about things that are on my mind. Usually honestly, this is something that I usually just kind of vent into. And sometimes I write poems. Sometimes I just scribble because I'm so frustrated that I just have to scribble. Sometimes I just pound on my book. I have my pen and I write great big words. This is just for me. I write whatever I'm feeling in that moment, and that's okay. And so, look, there's a scribble. That's me going, because I feel that way. And so I write poems. Sometimes I'll draw pictures. But really, it's just a way for me to vent. And so I challenge you to get a piece of paper and write down your thoughts. Tell me what you're feeling. So this is really just some strategies to use whenever you're feeling that moment of, oh my gosh, I can't really be in this house anymore. Or I can't, honestly, if you can go outside, go outside. Lily and I are reading The Book Thief, which is a very good book, and it's sad, and it's about a little girl during Nazi Germany, and I'll give you a hint, she's the book thief. So Lily and I are reading this together, and so this is definitely for older children. I'd say probably high school would be at least 8th grade, maybe higher, because there's a lot of irony and symbolism, and it's beautiful. It's beautifully written. Okay, and so another book I'm reading still is The Return of the King, and this is my bookmark. This is my son when he was young, and this is how I imagine that he'd be looking at me every time. He's like, so Mom, have you finished The Return of the King? I have not finished The Return of the King. This is his face every time he asks me that. So this is my motivational bookmark for finishing The Return of the King. And I have about, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 pages to go. And as far as the trilogy of Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King has definitely been my favorite. But The Hobbit was my very favorite out of all of J.R.R. Tolkien's books. The Hobbit has been my favorite. But The Return of the King has been the most action-packed. Okay, and honestly, if I really want to get my mind off of stuff, jigsaw puzzle. I love jigsaw puzzles. I mean, if I want to forget about everything, this is it. And I know jigsaw puzzles frustrate people, but there's a reason why it's called a puzzle. It's a puzzle. I mean, it's just my favorite thing to do if I'm like, I cannot, because sometimes I can't rest my brain enough to read. I can usually rest my brain enough to write or to do jigsaw puzzle. And sometimes I don't even really like watching television if my brain is not settled. So jigsaw puzzles and writing my journal is what calms me down. It gets my mind off of everything. So I'd love to know some things that you all do to help calm your brain, and we can use those as strategies in the future. So Send me an email or draw me a picture. I'd love to see a picture, but I know that journals are pretty private. So if you just want, you can just show me a quick picture of your journal and bring it back, or draw me a picture and bring it back. And so that way, if that helps you, I'd like to know. So I'd love to hear some strategies of what helps you calm down, and I'd be happy to try them. So until next time, you all stay safe. Love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.